Hello and welcome back to Hearthstone. My name's Lumin and right now we've got some patch notes to have a look at. Hearthstone has in fact been patched. It is now version 1.0.0.5314. Also Unleash the Hounds has been nerfed. Officially. It's done. I've also not played against any hunters on ladder today. They just all ran away with their tails between their legs. It's great. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, Blizzard. It wasn't even such a big nerf, but it scared them all off the ladder. But the Warlocks have come out to play. Regardless, we're going to look at the changes, starting with General. Improved friends list sorting based on player status. Well, not much to say about that. Breaking news will probably be shown when Hearthstone is undergoing maintenance. Reconnect functionality has been enabled for practice mode. Not sure why one would want that. Games in friendly play now have a turn timer. That is, I would say, the biggest change other than the Unleash the Hounds change, because that's going to make it kind of difficult for players playing in tournaments. I've watched a bunch of tournaments where the players just took forever on their turns, considering all their options, mulling things over. It's going to be tough for those guys that are used to all that time. I don't know. On the whole, I think it's better that you can't just keep a game going forever in friendly play. It's probably better for them keeping their servers clear. Because, I mean, if you think about it, if you had friendly games taking 30, 40, 50 minutes, hours each, then they're taking up that server slot, then the servers will fill up much faster. That's uncool. Anyway. Then there's an iPad change. Deck rename and deck delete is now easier to find. Okay. There are a whole bunch of iPad changes coming up in the bug fixes as well, which I'll probably just very briefly skim through. Card changes. Unleash the Hounds now costs 3, up from 2. That's it. I discussed this in great detail in my previous video covering the announcement of it. There's not much to say about it. It's not that big a change, but it's big enough to, I don't know, delay things by that one turn, make things a little bit easier for players playing against hunters. It's a good change. I think most people think that Blizzard could potentially have done a little bit more, but I like the fact that they're taking it slow. They're not changing a whole bunch of stuff just because. So they're going to leave this at 3 mana now. They're going to see how it flies, see how people do, see if hunters become slightly less dominant on the ladder, and then, I guess, just reassess. Now, moving on to bug fixes. Winning a game as Lord Jaraxxus will now properly grant credit towards unlocking the Warlock Golden Hero. You win, but your world is still doomed. Fair enough. Returning an opponent's minion to their hand will no longer occasionally leave behind a face-down card on the game board. Resolved issues that prevented the Fireside Friends card back from being properly unlocked under certain conditions. Then, a couple of iPad bugs were fixed that I'm not even going to talk about. I have no idea what's going on with the iPad version of the game. I've never played it, so this means nothing to me. Finally, other bug fixes and UI improvements. There were a few minor things that I saw. You can, for instance, not click on cancel anymore when your game has been found. So after you queue up in, say, casual or ranked play, and the little wheel spins, the second they find your game, the cancel button disappears. I guess that's a good thing. That's the only change that I've seen. I saw that your friends list now shows how long people have been away for, which is kind of cool. You still can't set your status in Hearthstone, but I'm sure that's coming. It won't be long. And that is sadly it for the patch notes. A new card was revealed recently from the Curse of Naxxramas adventure, but I'm not going to be discussing that in this video. I will instead, once all the cards for all the classes have been revealed, show them all off in a video and talk about each and every single one of them, so you can look forward to that at some point in the not too distant future. I did, however, talk briefly about the Warrior Axe that was announced on Twitter, so I guess just follow me on Twitter to see all that nonsense. You can also check back here soon for more Hearthstone videos of all shapes and sizes, discussing patch notes, cards, playing arena, ranked play, whatever. The lot of it. Most importantly though, happy Happy Hearthstone patch 1.0.0.5314. Happy that.